problem solvers, and the quiet heroes who use data and compassion to improve lives. Today, we're exploring the power of recognition and how putting our customers first fuels everything that we do. Hi, everyone. I'm Avery Allen, Corporate Communications Specialist at Inovalon and Program Manager for the Impact Awards. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, I'm with three incredible colleagues. Haley, you want to kick us off by introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Haley Burgess. I'm the Senior Vice President of the Care Management Portfolio. Really looking forward to our conversation today.
I'll go next. Whitney Swistock. I'm the Senior Director of Corporate Communications here at Inovalon. It will be my fifth Empower and our second Inovalon Impact Awards ceremony, so really excited to be here.
And I'm Justine Gincola. I'm on the corporate communications team as well. And like Whitney said, second year on the Impact Awards, and already seen the strides forward that we've taken since last year has been really exciting. So excited for the conversation.
Oh my. And thank you all for being here with us today. I'd love to start kind of by just talking about recognition. In healthcare, so much of the success that happens is really behind the scenes. So why is it important for us to pause and recognize the people and teams that are driving those outcomes?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So in healthcare, like in many workplace settings, successes experienced often hide in the background. We want to elevate the stories of solved gaps, smoother workflows, and patients getting the care they need faster. Recognizing this innovative work through an awards program like this not only honors individuals and teams, but it also inspires the entire industry to dream bigger. And as someone who can see some of these submissions we've received so far, I can confidently say I'm already impressed. When we celebrate excellence, we're validating that hard work, creativity, and persistence required to inspire change in a complex system like healthcare. These wins deserve the spotlight, both literally and figuratively.
Yes. And the Impact Awards were built on this exact idea, right? That our customers' ideas, efforts, and impact deserve to be seen and celebrated. Haley, I'd love to bring you in here. Was that spirit of recognition what inspired the original program at Vigilance, and what did you and your team value most about it?
Absolutely. Awards such as the Inovalon Impact Awards foster a culture of innovation by affirming that ideas, efforts, and that impact truly matters. Recognition not only boosts morale, but it also encourages that cross-functional team collaboration on the front lines and shines a spotlight often on those that are unsung heroes within the healthcare organization. In an environment where healthcare burnout is a very real challenge at this time, celebrating that success is critical. It keeps teams engaged and motivated and connected to their purpose. And equally important is the power of storytelling. By sharing these achievements, we inspire others to envision what is possible and provide a blueprint for replicating that success across the industry. I was grateful to experience the award ceremony last year, watching the award recipients, their smiles, their pride as they stepped onto that stage was priceless. It truly inspired me to deeply focus my efforts when I'm back in the office to progress our products for our customers, to allow them to achieve even greater heights.
And Haley, that's a good point. I'll jump in here. A customer-centric mindset is really important as we're looking at the Impact Awards in general. You know, part of celebrating is, enabling and empowering our customers with these tools that can help them make these changes, turn data into action. And in order to make sure that those tools are what they need to be, we've got to be working really closely with our customers. We've got to be closely aligned, listening to their feedback, what's working, what can we do to enable them to make that change. So it's really exciting to not only keep them at the center of what we do by putting them on stage and highlighting the work, but all year round, day to day, making sure that we're there for them as more than a vendor, but a partner.
Yeah. And I'm super excited to be going into the second year of this award program. We are continuing to prioritize and highlight the customers who are making our work possible, which kind of brings me to a question that I kind of wanted to ask you, Haley, as one of our judges. What's one tip that you'd like to give someone that's submitting a nomination?
Storytelling. It elevates a nomination from a simple list of achievements to compelling narrative that judges can really connect with and remember and champion as we're going through the mini submission. So as you're developing your submission, really reflect on common challenges in healthcare that your team has encountered and illustrate how you have transformed those challenges into meaningful outcomes that improve patient care, enhance workflow efficiencies, strengthening your healthcare system, and where possible, support that story with measurable results that demonstrate that the transformation in a quantitative way, if you have that type of data. And adding a personal dimension to this, highlighting your organization's involvement in a specific cause or initiative, such as Sepsis Awareness Month, can really further and deepen that impact that resonates with your message. An example of this, Inspira Health Network, they won the Collective Excellence Award in 2024. And Inspira's opioid stewardship initiative, they were tracking opioid prescribing behaviors in their network of emergency department practices. And this was sponsored by a grant from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, SAMHSA. And it was to evaluate opioid alternative prescribing in the emergency department. And they were able to leverage Inovalon's Vigilance Pharmacy Surveillance Pro tool to convert that raw EHR data into opioid stewardship dashboards that were driving meaningful outcomes across the emergency department. And that was such a standout to us as we saw this nomination and really understood the goal for this, the impact, and how it was a national grant. That was so important for us to be able to highlight their accomplishments. And then watching them on stage as they won was so delightful. But then also we brought the Inspira Health back to our team to share that experience. And my team was so thrilled because when you're on the product side, you don't always fully understand how your tools are impacting frontline caregivers. And that was really special to us. So I can't wait to see the nominations for this year. I know they're already pouring in, and it's going to be exciting to meet our winners.
Yeah. Just as you said, there are so many nominations already rolling in. I'm here on the back end kind of managing all of that. And from what I've seen so far, I can tell that there are a lot of great stories to be told. So I kind of wanted to dive a little bit deeper into what it's like to win and what winners are getting. Because as I mentioned, we're growing a lot in this second year, and you are going to have a bigger prize than last year. Again, you're going to get that charity donation of choice, but it's going to be a larger sum than it was last year. Again, you're going to get to be a participant, and you get to register for our user conference Empower, which is a great conference that we have every year. You're going to get to listen to a bunch of keynote speakers there, and then you will be announced as a winner if you win live on stage there. And you'll also be treated specially at the event. So I'm very excited to meet all of the finalists and winners and everyone that's attending Empower to do that.
You'll also have me running after you saying, can I interview you to talk more about why you won and the exciting work that you're doing? But we do have a video podcast that it's nice to, those who are at Empower and who can learn more about that, the winners and what they've done is great. But then to take it to the broader audience of, our social channels and other campaigns to be able to share that information is really exciting too.
And honestly, talk about a resume builder, right? We're on LinkedIn. So now you have another line item you can add to your LinkedIn profile that you won this fantastic award amongst many of the submissions that we're receiving. So always about elevating the great work that you do that is often really unseen in this industry.
Yeah, I would call out one of our awards in particular, the Healthcare Hero. This could be really special if you think about someone in your organization that you look up to that goes out of the way and does extraordinary work. They're not always recognized. This could be a bedside nurse. It could be a pharmacist, a physician, any of the clinicians in your organization, or even a leader of your organization. If there's someone that really stands out, that they live the mission, their behaviors match what their words say when they're committed to patient care, what a really special treat that would be to nominate one of your local heroes for this award. I think it's very special, and it would really allow us to know more about them and highlight bringing that excitement and engagement for someone who works really hard and is so committed to your organization. So don't forget about that one as you're thinking about these other potentials with the team collaborations and those awards. This one is a really great one.
100%. I'm super excited about that category. And that's actually new for this year. We didn't originally have that category last year. But really, it's about the people, like you said, that are behind the scenes, but they're making all the difference, making healthcare better from the inside out, whether it's bedside, in the back of an office, behind the scenes, and so on and so forth. But I did kind of want to talk about all of our other award categories as well. So Innovator of the Year, this one is for the visionaries that are challenging what healthcare can be. It celebrates those who are asking, why not? And then going and building it. And then, of course, we have our team award, our Data Dream Team. So this is for someone that data alone isn't powerful. What do you do with it that is changing lives in healthcare? And it's going to go to the teams that are really translating complexity into care. And then, of course, collective excellence. This is healthcare is not a solo act, as we all know. So it recognizes how those partnerships and alignment can redefine what's possible. And yeah, I'm super excited about all these categories. As Haley said, Healthcare Hero, I'm super excited about that one. It's brand new, as I mentioned, and it's definitely been a hit in this year's nominations. There's been a lot of people submitting for those. So I'm excited for their stories.
But submissions are still open, right, Avery? How long are they open for?
Yeah. Of course. Submissions are still open. They close on August 31st. So there's still some time to get a nomination in. Whether it's a person or a team who's making a difference, we want to honor them. We want you to tell their story or your own story. So if you haven't already, take the advice that Haley shared and tell your story by submitting a nomination for an Impact Award. There's still time to recognize, and that can even be you or your team. So yeah, that's all I had that I wanted to share right now. Did anyone else have anything before we wrap up?
I think just where to find us on the stage. Where's the stage going to be? So Empower is going to be in Washington, D.C. at the Salamander, November 2nd through 4th. Find us there. We are so excited to see you and hopefully shake your hand on stage.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed the rest of your day.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.